but I had like the worst stutter ever when I was younger.
Okay. No, I was...
It just came back again. It was like I was 4 years old all over again.
I was just pretending to be Jeff Goldblum. So we're gonna talk to Anita again. I don't know why.
You just... Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have anything new to say, but we tried talking to her anyway. I'm sorry.
Reliant.
But no, now we're going to actually talk to Lamb, because we ruined his life and he can't get back down to Bellevue.
You're such a wonderful person.
Yeah, I mean,
I felt bad when I did that first time, but not too bad because he did kill the last of the beavers for that jacket.
Yeah, it's like I'll admit I was not very sympathetic to Lamb. He didn't, it doesn't come across as a very nice character. So
I'm sure he'll redeem himself with this conversation, right?
Oh, totally. He just completely turns around in my eyes.
Don't be so bloody impertinent.
He doesn't believe that he could have been
do?
relegated to a lower status either.
I don't think that's how they pronounce couscous, by the way.
What would I
I just don't think it's how it's spelled. But you
could always get another one.
I don't know.
Don't be so bloody impertinent, lad.
I've had couscous since he was a kitten.
And yes, one of those dialogue options was turn your
Cat into a hat.
Cat into a hat to match his coat. Lamb is not very impressed if you suggest that.
By the way, couscous likes to be pampered.
And here's just some casual sexism from Lamb.
Apart from
And this
links,
is...
you mean? You need therapy, Lamb.
What's that robot doing here?
And then he just non sequiturs into talking about a robot that he's already seen before.
Well, that's
What's
a
up with
decent
that?
response being told that you need therapy.
What's that robot doing there? There's no robot, Lamb. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you seeing things now?
I'm totally going to participate in that prank, by the way. Like one day it's going to be like, someone's going to comment on the big white guy, and I'm going to be like, what big white guy? And I'm just going to like act like I'm not there.
Oh. But now we have permission to get into Lamb's apartment, which does have something that we have to collect for puzzles.
I see. And just the thing collect for puzzles, right?
Yeah. It's Well, we'll find out what it is. We go into Lamb's apartment and we look at his we look at his comfy armchair, and then
covered in grease and cat fur.
That doesn't sound very comfortable to me, to be honest.
Ew.
Yeah, a greasy, hairy chair cushion doesn't sound comfortable and inviting.
Cardboard boxes.
No.
Pussies on
And of course we're gonna grab the video cassette.
Hello, puss. Better not stroke it. It might scratch me.
That is how
Yeah.
cats work, by the way.
Yeah.
Robots I can program, but not video machines.
And of course Rob
It's
is
got more buttons than a
not
maternity dress.
versed in the
Might have guessed
technicals
Lamb would
of
have a TV screen
VCRs.
like that. Big, showy, and ostentatious.
Which is really... I wonder how many people actually remember
It's a
VCRs.
food dispenser.
Like, that's a way to make me feel old.
Oh, goody. We have successfully fed couscous. Everything is fine.
Yes. And of course we're going to,
No, dang it, man! How good do you think my editing skills are?
you can handle it. It's okay. It's off now.
All that parading.
But we keep the video cassette, so obviously it's used for a puzzle of some description, because this is an adventure game.
Beneath the Seal Sky, you're the classiest thing ever.
Well, yeah, couldn't you get that from Burke's Biosurgery?
Yes. Yes, I could.
So, so at this point,
Come on, Joey.
this is where the grappling hook came into play.
After an hour of wandering.
Not quite an hour, but it
Only
did
45
literally.
minutes.
All right, so it it literally took me 15 minutes of wandering before I gave up and decided to just look it up online.
This is
because-
the point where I'm now pointing at the screen like a body snatcher screaming.
Because, hear me out. Up to this point in the game, there is never a sequence where you have to combine items in your inventory. And
But
that's
just a basic adventure game thing.
It is. But this game has no like confirmation or like denial dialogue for failing to combine items. So when I started playing the game, I tried mashing items onto other items, but nothing happened. So I was like, "Oh, well, you just must not combine items in this game." Apparently, you have to combine the cable and the anchor to make a grappling hook.
It worked.
This could be the most stupid
This is
thing
the
I've
only
ever done.
time in the entire game that you combine items together to make another item.
This is a terrible idea, by the way.
Well, yeah. And the cable conveniently snaps off and falls in behind us. But,
So now there's just a random anchor in the security sign. I'm sure that
Yeah.
the anchor won't get in trouble for
Belongs to
this.
someone called Goddard.
nobody will notice, right?
No name on
And,
this.
and of course there are a lot of references
Lovecraft's
to
locker.
science fiction writers
Old
on
time, written in
these
crayon.
lockers. There's Goddard and
Satire.
Lovecraft and yeah, and Reich's
To someone
locker.
called Cole.
Now I believe that it's actually possible to get into Reich's locker, but when I tried it, nothing happened, and apparently there's nothing in his locker anyway.
The link
But
interface.
you just tried to open Cole's locker.
The look of
Yeah.
the wall.
Well, I didn't say I tried it on the recording.
Standard card slot.
Bustin' me here, man.
But we found the link interface, which is what we needed the Shriedman port for. And so now we're going into cyberspace, which is completely different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't question it. Don't question it. But so these are
Ooh.
those two.
We can, yeah, we can now decrypt those
Not yet.
those text files.
Not yet. But we gain the ability to decrypt the two text files that were all garbled up on Reich's info card. And I really like the music track for cyberspace as well. It's a really nice, like, groovy kind of music track.
I just like it because it seems to be a little bit off time signature.
Yeah. But we're just wandering around cyberspace, picking up all the very
What is going
conspicuous
on?
items. I like how they in no way indicate what they actually give you when you pick them up. We just picked up
Decrypt makes
decompress.
sense.
Yeah, we picked up decompress and decrypt. So we're gonna use those on the other items that we got. And these password nodes come in handy for a puzzle in the next room. If we try to go into that north exit, the eyeball just shoots us out of the link space.
As they do.
Yeah. So this is a tile puzzle, and I solve it very easily. I solved it like first try, no walkthrough or needing to redo it or anything. It's a nice little puzzle. Like, it's not very complicated, but it's enough of a like tile puzzle to make you kind of be like, well, I wonder how I need to manipulate all of these items around. One thing I didn't like about it though is that to move from one square to the next, you literally have to click on each square in succession.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like you can't just click on the exit door there and have him automatically move. You have to move to each individual square. But there are 2 other items we pick up.
A bust, which is actually a... you look in the inventory and it turns out to be like a woman's bust.
It's a Phoenix program. It's
Okay.
not boobs. It's not boobs.
What is Phoenix program?
It gives us another document that sort of explains what it is. It basically gives our ID card more security measures. It lets us bypass something later on in the game.
Fair enough.
I didn't understand it when I picked it up at first either. And this is where the clicking on each tile annoyed me, because you have to get all the way back to the beginning. Although you don't actually have to, because you can actually just log out of cyberspace anytime you want, but I didn't. I don't know why I trekked all the way back. I figured... I have no idea what Charon is used for, but I guess it's just used to log into cyberspace in the first place.
Uh-huh. You've just been logged out.
Yeah, you get kicked out by the eyeball. Fortunately, there's no...
roast you.
Yeah, there's no death state inside of cyberspace.
You're right, by the way. He looks totally ripped when he's sitting there and his shoulders like filling the entire thing.
Yeah, he's superhuman. So we decrypted those documents on Reich's ID card, which means we get to read them. And they have backstory about Robert's origins.
Well, it tells us that we're Overmen, so that's always nice.
Yes, and it also tells us that Lamb did not become a supervisor under legitimate means.
Which is how he had all his info. Makes sense.
Yeah. And then that is what Phoenix says. It gives us the extra security special operations, which let us go down to ground level, actually.
My name is Robert Overman. But why does Link want me? And what's happened to my father?
Oh, Rob. And we can also use Reich's ID card to go through the security elevator now.
And it won't toast us? How lovely.
Yes. That also confused me the first time I went through this section, because I wasn't sure I could use Reich's ID card on the elevator. So I was like, how do I get out of here?
Good job.
Yeah. It ended up being a pretty simple answer.
Where's Joey?
Yeah, where's Joey? That's
Hi,
what I was wondering. And he's not walking after us. So I'm like, come on, Joey, come on. We got to go to ground level.
I'm sure
So we gotta wait for him.
I do like your cursor dancing. It's like lock the taskbar style.
I had to keep it interesting some way, you know?
Come on, Joey.
Come on. That slow welder. Ugh. Now, of course, if this were a modern game, like, all of Joey's treads would constantly be making noises, like, every single time he moved anywhere.
Oh man, I'm having flashbacks to the experiment now. Thanks. Which we may also cover, but I hope not.
Well, but now we can go through that strange second elevator that for some reason doesn't go up, and the oh yeah.
One time, don't crash.
Yeah, I made that save game because the first time I went down to ground level, like a minute after I got to ground level, the game just froze on me.
Ah.
And oops.
Oh no. Joey must have forgotten he'd changed shells.
Which is funny because you just did that like immediately when I played it. Like he
His
did,
board isn't broken.
like his vacuum self went up and down between floors a lot, so that makes sense. But like
It's
yours,
too heavy
how
to
did you
carry.
forget?
Yeah, he was a welder for quite a long time. But now we're at ground level. Yay! And we have a whole load of new things to interact with.
That's all I really wanted for Christmas.
Yeah. I
Joey's
don't.
circuit board on bricks.
Yeah, I don't try to crush Joey's circuit board under the bricks.
It's pivoted in the middle.
But I'm like,
I'm not really a fan either. But come on, man, that's just cold.
it's a very
Too big
very
and heavy to
obvious
carry.
bricks on rope on plank. So I'm like, huh, that's obviously going to be used for something.
Yeah.
What's through that door?
It's off limits to the likes of you.
And this is a guard with, I believe, yet another
It's the
different
old
accent.
cathedral. There's nothing interesting in there.
Yeah, see,
In fact,
this is just a
it's
satire of all of Britain. Kind of like V for Vendetta.
Guard an empty cathedral.
I don't,
Not guarding it exactly.
I'm not sure any of
I'm
the
just
guards
standing
in this
there.
game have the same accent, which,
Preventing
I
me
mean,
from entering.
fair enough. Like,
Yes.
if they got multiple voice actors
Do
to
you
actually
know the
do
woman
it,
with the dog?
Oh, yes.
but
That's
it just
Mrs.
seems
Pyrmont,
kind of weird.
The richest woman in Union City. And the ugliest.
Oh, come on, man. That's uncalled for.
What's the best way out of the city?
She's
There
not...
I
you
get the
No way
feeling
out.
that they're mocking
Then
sexism.
the inhabitants are no better
Well,
than
she's not that bad. Right?
Place of progress.
Never
To be
mind.
fair, they did a good job making her not look not very.
I mean, they made her look homely, but they didn't make her look ugly.
Excuse me.
We'll see how personable she is.
She's actually...
Oh no.
What?
I can't believe we've met.
Okay.
No, I'm a stranger here.
A stranger in a strange
I'm
world.
Mrs. Pyrmont, but you can call me
I mean, she's
Dahling.
pleasant enough. You know,
How do I get out of the city?
she's just...
Now,
yeah.
why would you want to do that?
She's
There's nothing in the
she's
gap
eccentric.
but sand and
That's what
savages.
they would say.
But that's
Ah.
where I live.
She's not bad.
Oh, how
No, no.
ghastly for you, my
No, I liked her. She was
Do you know someone called Overman?
an alright character.
Yes, I do. He worked
I
with my
mean, it helps
husband
that she
for
provides a lot of background
Ah.
exposition
Are you interested in Overman?
He was
because
my
she knows
father.
Overman.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. Overman's only son
Now we
died
convinced
when
her
he
that
was
we're Overman's son very
It was
easily.
No accident, Mrs. Pyrmont. It was deliberate sabotage by security. My mother
Oh,
was killed.
how
but I
horrible.
survived. And I've read a document which proves it.
Yeah, I have a document, so clearly, you know, I'm not making it up or lying or
If
anything.
there's any way I can
Well,
help
she
you,
likes you now.
just
Yeah, exactly. It's like if all you have to do to convince somebody that you're telling the truth is say that you have a document.
his
I mean,
name is-
that explains a lot of debates that happen on the internet, though.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's got fleas.
He has millions of them. But he's
Uh,
allergic to
yeah.
flea
Why don't you give him a good bath?
I've had pets that had
Oh,
fleas
I
before,
tried.
and
They
it's
can't
not
bear
fun.
to get wet.
Never mind.
Because the thing is, like, the fleas don't stay on the pet.
well, it's better that she get fleas than him get wet.
Hello. Who are you?
My name's Vincent. What's yours?
I'm Robert. You can call me Rob.
Looks like a whiter version of a Vincent I knew. Like, acts like
What's
it
that you're
too.
playing with?
It's my handheld games console.
It's his handheld games
Me?
console.
What's the game?
It's called Fleecy the Lamb.
This is
Sounds nice.
satire, right?
Torch the mutant psychos with your flamethrower.
Now, actually,
Yes, this is
And
satire.
stop tormenting
Now, actually,
the orphan.
if it weren't for the description that he gives of the game, I would say that Fleecy the Lamb would be still a very good, like, topical name for a fictional game to, like, joke about the state of the games industry.
Yeah.
And Revenge of the Deadly Dandelions.
I suppose
Onan the Barbarian is probably my favorite title out of there.
It's not even the...
Why aren't you at school?
Okay, maybe I don't get the reference, but... like,
Onan?
just...
Well, you know Conan the Barbarian, right?
Yeah, like, I get that.
Onan was
Would you like me to
a
look
character
through your
from
tutor?
the Old Testament
Oh, I'll
Genesis
do that
who was killed for not having proper sex with someone.
Oh.
Do you
Oh.
No,
You're welcome.
Okay.
why do you want to know?
That's a pretty cool
My
reference.
dad.
Aren't your little
Now,
eyes
see,
clever,
you
Dad?
you might think I would
Last
get
time I
that
saw
because
him,
I
he was a little
did
boy.
go to a Christian
I
school
was taken
for
away to the gap.
7 or 8 years, but
Christian
none of that
schools
stuff
don't,
with me.
Escape to the gap.
Christian schools don't tend to talk about
I'm
Onan
tired of being told
because
what to
his
do.
entire purpose was to
Do you know the woman with the dog?
to not
Mrs.
impregnate a
Beaver,
lady
and she's a pig.
and then get killed.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Well,
Oh, the
she tried
Bible.
to confiscate my console. She gave me a lecture and tried to force me to join the Junior Security Corps.
Don't wear out your thumbs.
And now we talk to the
The leaves are shiny and waxy.
the gardener who is for some reason gardening what appears to be a
Excuse me.
fake plant.
Satire.
No, no.
Smart plural
And he does
display.
not have a British accent at all.
What do you think?
He's also
They
ripped.
look kind of shiny.
Naturally. I've just varnished them.
He's an Aussie.
Paint the flowers too?
This is
Completely different.
Wonderland.
Completely different from every other character we've seen up to this point.
Won't
That was not me clapping, that was me slapping my head.
Oh, Dick. It filters out the crap in the atmosphere.
Yeah. So we're,
What are you doing?
you know, at the moment we're just trying to get,
I'm modeling the
we're
living structure.
digging for information again,
It's called
Um,
topiary, and
of
it's
course.
an art form.
because, you know, it's an adventure game, which means that there's very
They're
minimal
Don't
uh,
touch them. They're
like,
pretty.
actual
Why can't
direction
they touch
for your
them?
next objective.
Because
and,
if you do, you'll wet your
We have to
bed.
talk to all of the characters
I haven't
to
done
get
that
all of the
in
information
months.
that we need.
See you later.
Which just it takes so long though, and I don't know why I try to use the ID card again. It doesn't give us
Maybe
anything
this
new.
time.
Yeah. We noticed that Reich's link status is now unlimited though.
Wow, that's how come he never swung on a. No, he had access to this area before. How did he never manage to?
I don't think he
Himself.
did.
It's the call button for
Well, he
an
had access to the
apartment.
security building.
He had access to the security building, but not ground level.
Well,
'Cause
no,
if
but I
you-
mean, like,
Reply.
we got the Infinity status up
No
in the
card slot.
cyberspace.
Must
yeah,
be
but we
private
stole it
only.
from a special program,
Maybe I could.
and we
force
needed
him.
to get the Shrievman port. Remember,
Oh yeah, there we go.
not many people have Shrievman ports.
We assume.
Well, we're sort of told that. I mean, it's said to be a dangerous procedure and everything.
The door has an old-fashioned.
But it only
lock
hurts
on
as bad as getting your ears pierced.
it. I need a key to open that.
Now, so he says he needs a key to open the door.
Won't open.
So I spend a lot of time wondering where a key to open that door is. And the way I eventually figure out how to open the door kind of just
Got
made me
sacks
smack
for
my
spilling their
forehead.
contents. Nothing I
Particular-
Yeah, we'll see.
Particularly because Rob totally lampshades the entire event.
Nothing I
Of
could
course.
use that statue for.
But we have this nice doorman here, blocking an entryway to something
To an
called St.
infirmary?
James.
An
No.
infirmary, right?
For news
Not an
of
infirmary.
forthcoming attractions.
I feel
The
betrayed,
notice is
and
glued to
yeah.
the
It's
door.
it's a bar. That's so
Doors
much
are
better
unlocked.
than
This
an
one has a
infirmary.
certain je ne sais pas.
Rob
Shut
apparently
tight.
really likes that door though.
Well, you know, je ne sais pas. That's
Yep.
the thing.
Excuse me. Hold it.
Yet another different accent.
Your membership card, please. I don't have one. This is a private club.
This guy has a
Oh, I didn't know
like
that.
French accent, I think.
You now. Peace off.
Alright, just talk to,
How do I join the club? You
Talk
have
to
be
Miss
sponsored
Piermont,
by
but she
an
can help you.
existing member.
Well, that's what he's gonna tell us.
Exclusive
Come on.
establishment.
You're like skipping ahead to the end of the video here.
Is it proper
Jeez.
well, I just said that because Miss Piermont's
You
right
mean
there.
people with money.
Well,
And she just said she wants to help us.
Credit.
well, yes, but
There's a world
we
of
don't
chaos.
know that she's a member of their
People with money
exclusive
think
club
they can
yet,
afford not to
uh,
care.
because the doorman has to
Credit
tell us
knows
that.
They can't, but
Ah.
don't care anyway.
And of course, before he can tell us that, he has to tell us that his club is incredibly seedy
What
and
goes on in
terrible.
the club? If I was to tell you that this club provides recreational facilities par
I like how
excellence,
they like stagger it out
clientele
too.
with elegance and taste, I'd be lying through my teeth.
And
Just
it wouldn't
said it was
be in this
exclusive.
wooden shack stairs.
Oh, it is.
Now
Exclusive,
it's
but
not a wooden shack, actually.
seedy.
I did not actually figure out what it was before the game told me what it was.
And the fact that it's off
But it
limits
does
to
make sense
security.
after the game like tells you.
Smart shoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks. You can tell a lot from a man's shoes.
My shoes are in absolutely
The design
terrible
tells you
condition.
what kind of man he is.
I was about to
Actually-
say about you, man.
The way he
I need
cares for
to
them
well,
tells you
it
where
says I
he's
need to buy
going.
new shoes.
And what he's trodden in tells you where he's been.
My shoes are like 5 years old at this point. They're starting to kind of fall apart.
Old widow Piermont.
Mine are 7 and
She
spotless.
used
I need to
come
go
here
outside more
12
often.
years ago. If you chatted her up, she
Yeah,
was
now he
sponsored.
tells us that we can talk to Miss
See you later.
Piermont.
Who is
So-
now vanished? Help.
So naturally, it is,
The end of the video.
and the keyboard lag was absolutely dreadful.
You're just stuck with old ladies, man.